Hi, I'm doggone. Hey, welcome back to EU4. Wow. So we just had World War III here, i.e., Spain versus Austria. World War III. It's 1801, and the game has gotten crazy um, to the point that I've played myself into a corner. Um, for one thing, I have way too many diplomatic relations. I'm losing money. You'll see we now have a regency council because in the middle of war, our ruler died, and our heir is only 11 years old. It's a pretty crappy heir, too, with zero military. But of the three monarch attributes, military is what we need the least, so that's okay. Well, I guess let me draw your attention to a couple of things here. First, Spanish Britain. Let's go look at like Oxfordshire up here. And let's look at Ile-de-France. We went to war with France. We went to war to take this region, but our allies did such a great job. Our colonial powers down here did such a fantastic job destroying the French that we made them our vassal. So the French became. Oh, this is all Mexico? Oh, wow. See, this was French. This was Cosmopolitan Mexico. I guess that when France became our vassal, it spun these guys off as (1796) liberated, stopped being a core of Cosmopolitan Mexico. Wow. So yeah, Mexico is a thing now. We had to occupy Totonac to make that deal happen. Anyway, that was a minor deal. We took Spain, we took France, made the French our vassals. Then we came up to England, and we had a casus belli against England to occupy London. And we just carpet sieged England, and it was pretty easy. It was about the third time we had done that to England, third or fourth time. And at the end of it, we went to get peace with England, and we couldn't make them our vassal. It was too expensive. But it was very cheap to take all of their provinces. Very cheap to take all these provinces. So it basically cost us nothing, no diplo power to annex all these provinces, rather to take these provinces in the peace deal. So with that being said, I was pretty much done with things, and I was just going to try and reduce some of these relations. We finished diplo annexing Rio de la Plata, and as soon as we did that, it became part of Castilian La Plata. We finished diplo annexing Haitian Puerto Rico, and it immediately became part of the Castilian West Indies. All that was fine. But then I can't remember what was the cause of it. Austria. Austria. We were working. Let's see. It had something to do with the HRE. Are we paused? Yeah, we're paused. Good. The HRE. Let's see. That's Pomerania. Oh, really? But we're above Austria. Oh, yeah, we're way above Austria. Brunswick. Sweden and Austria. Okay. I've been playing some HRE game. Enacted a couple of imperial reforms. Obviously, we don't have time to enact really any more. I don't know how to get more power. in order to enact these final reforms. If we go down and look on the HRE map, I basically have converted all of my possessions in Europe, in the continent, to HRE possessions. I was going to go down here and start working through the Ottomans. Go ahead, hop down. You're good. Lay down. My dog's a little bit unnerved by the wind, I think. Was going to go take these provinces and give them back to convert them to HRE, but because I can do it as long as it's on the European continent. But Austria would not give us access. And so I went around vassalizing. The Commonwealth became our vassal. Polotsk became our ally, although they subsequently broke that alliance. Pomerania, ally. So we began. Go ahead, lay down. It's good. Lay down. Go ahead and lay down. It's good. So we basically got, and Hungary became an ally and with a royal marriage. So because I could not get through Austria to the Ottomans, couldn't get my forces down here. There's just no way around them. I would have had to come way up here around, and man, that's a pain. I mean, there is no way around. You see, Austria, all the way from the Baltic to the Gulf of Venice, I just didn't have a way through them. So I thought, well, and their opinion of us has been just zero, because we removed provinces from the empire while they were the HRE. Oops. I just didn't know another way to get through Austria, and so I thought, well, we'll declare a war on Austria, take what we can, create a corridor down here around the Mediterranean down to the Ionian Peninsula, so that we can actually move troops and material down here for combat with the Ottomans. Well, so now we're looking at, we basically have finished. Polotsk came in on the side of Austria because they were allied to both, and we subsequently, in a peace deal, we had them return a couple of provinces to the Commonwealth, who is our vassal. These provinces went to the Commonwealth. Also, I had them release Brest to me as a province, and I'm going to feed that to the Commonwealth. So that was the peace with Polotsk. The peace with Novgorod was to release Finland, Neva, as its own state, and to break their alliances, their other alliances. That was the best I could do with Novgorod. They were just a 3-province minor by that point. So now I'm stuck here with Austria. It looks like this one hasn't finished sieging. Let's get an assault. Very expensive in manpower, but it's fast. Did I just waste manpower doing that? Oh, it'd help if I'd unpause. Here we go. Siege of Danzig is over. Okay, good. Wow. Alright, you guys, I want you back here. Westfalen. Actually, I want you to split, and the other half of you come down here to Hessen. Yeah. You, Westfalen. Brunswick allied with Austria. Oops. Brunswick allied. You see the brown, and we have sieged them. Also, Austria's allies, Anhalt, Aachen, and Frankfurt, which is its own territory now. It's been annexed by Austria. So Anhalt, Aachen, Brunswick came in with Austria, along with Polotsk and Novgorod. And by this time, a Third World War, we had this down to a fine art and a science, and with our vassals, we had no trouble at all, just carpet sieging all of Austria, and then moving down into Polotsk and taking our time, taking out the Polotsk. Pomerania was a great help. Wow. Commonwealth has grown. I wonder if I can. No, I can't feed them yet because they're still at war with. We're still at war. Yeah. Okay. So now I have to decide what's the terms of my peace. I think I'm going to have them. I think I want Anhalt and Aachen and Brunswick to come in as my own vassals, and that would really cement pretty much my power as HRE. Now, when our ruler died and we went to the Regency Council, we had a vote of confidence from the electors, and they retained Spain as our HRE, as the Holy Roman Emperor. So that was nice. It was a good thing they didn't make Austria, right? So now it's just a matter of... so I think this is I'll have one more update after this one. This is my next to last update. And we have done a good job painting the world gold. And yeah, we just colonized Tuat. We have big territories over here in the States. Breton, Canada. That's our possession. And I thought this part would go to Breton, Canada, but it hasn't. It's a different region. Florida has expanded. A lot of this has been their own doing, their own war. And let's see, Castilian West Indies, New Granada, Castilian Brazil, and Castilian La Plata. So yeah, I think we did a really good job painting the world in Spanish colors. Down here we have some states that came to us when we took France and then England. We took a bunch of very cheap states in the deal, and it turned out some of those were possessions here around Africa. Is that ours? That's Scotland. We also got, part of the island of Ceylon is Spanish. I think that might be all. When we were at war with France, France's capital was in this tiny little island of Ambam. We had to come all the way down here with a ship and 4 or 5 troops and siege that, and we did. We also own Guam. Guam. I thought Guam was a single island, but it's a distributed island chain. Interesting. Scotland. Oh, word. I forgot that colonization went far. Wow, Japan took this part of Russia. And the Korean Peninsula. Wow. You go, Japan. Who got Hawaii? Oh, I don't know. I can't tell. Samoa. We have Samoa. Oh. We have part of New Zealand. Alright, looks like my dog needs to go out, so. Wow. Look at all that. Australia. Portugal. This has got to be English territory. Rapa Nui. England. Nice. Galapagos is owned by Norway. Okay. All right. Well, that's sort of an update. That's the penultimate update for this world. I'll be back in 1820, 1821 for the final update. After I figure out what we're going to do with Austria. Not really sure what I'm going to do. My overextension is going to be through the roof, whatever I do. But mainly, I just want a corridor that I can get to the Ottomans for one last push at taking this peninsula. So I have a casus belli to take Constantinople, and we'll just have to see if it works. Maybe we'll join the coalition and go after them. I've also got a stack here because the Ottomans are allied with Tunisia. It's a very, very old alliance, and Tunisia will honor it. So I've got a good stack here ready for them. Oh, no cavalry though. Probably ought to fix that. Here's my general. All right, here we go. All right, well, thanks for listening, and I'll be back again with one last update.